Hey, and welcome to my channel. I'm Miss Ayana, aka Layana, and today I'm gonna be filming my first fight video. I mean, it was a fight, but I was just so little that it wasn't like a good fight, you know what I'm saying? So I did a poll on Instagram and I posted if y'all wanted to see my first fight or my first time high, and I literally got 50-50. Anyways, without further ado, I'm gonna get into the video. This story took place at an after school program, right? And it used to be me, my sister, my cousin that came out in my last video, and her brother that went to this after school program. So at this after school program, when you were done with the program, you would be at the playground. And at that playground, you know, you were not under any authority. Like, you were not the responsibility of the place anymore. Like, basically all the kids would be just doing their own thing, right? Doing whatever they wanted, and you would just be waiting on your parents to come pick you up. So in their eyes, whatever you do at the playground is your parents' responsibility, because they should be picking you up. So this day, me, my sister, my cousins, we were all at the swings, right? So we at the swings, straight chilling or whatever. And then on the other side of the playground is this girl named Elle. Now, Elle is an acquaintance of ours, right? She was super tall compared to everyone else. Mentally, she was older than everyone in the 4th grade, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So, of course, since she's super tall and, you know, she thinks like a grown person, she's gonna try to bully everyone around her. The playground is split into two, and there's like a little bridge connecting it. So Elle and her homegirls are on this side of the playground, me and my sister on this side of the playground, and of course there's the bridge. So let me tell y'all what happened. So my sister is playing in the playground with me. You know, she wanted to go to the other side of the playground, so she's crossing the bridge, and Elle stops her, and she's like, no ma'am, you can't come over here. Me and my homegirls are the only ones that can be on this side of the playground. So I'm just kind of listening from a distance. I'm like, huh? Am I hearing right? So my sister's like, yes, I can. Like, this isn't your playground. I can be here. Like, and so I'm just listening. And this girl keeps getting more and more aggressive. Like, I said you can't come. And then her homegirls are like backing her up. Like, you heard her. So me, even though I was in the 4th grade, I don't know how I was so bold, but I head over there to shut it down. I'm over here like, no, not my sister, and not on my watch. So I head over there like the big bad wolf or something, and I'm like, excuse me, yes you can, Elle, yes you can. And keep in mind, me and Elle, we were like low-key cool. Like, she used to tell us, like, we used to be cool with her. So of course I didn't go over there like screaming at her, yelling at her, but I was telling her like, yes she can. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this ain't your playground. Like, so basically, come on, my sister, correct. You and your homegirls, move aside. Thank you. So like I said, the story's a little blurry because it happened a while ago. So I just remember, like, fast forward after I like charged her up and told her you need to move so she could step by. I just remember that I was standing on like this little pole that like is like a couple feet above the ground, and it like sways from side to side. I'll try to put a picture in. But basically I was standing on this pole that was like a couple feet above the ground, and I just remember Elle comes in front of me, right? She comes up to me, right? And I'm like looking down at her. So she's like, girl, don't be talking to me like that. I'll break your leg if I wanted to. So, little bitty me, I don't know how I was so bold. I'm telling you, like, oh, of course, this girl grabbing on my leg, talking about, I'ma break your leg. So I kicked her, and I'm like, boop. I just kicked her. Of course, you know, after I kicked her, she was like kind of dizzy. So she's sitting here like trying to get herself together, and I hopped off that little pole, and I'm like on ground level, and I'm looking up at her like, what's up? What's up, right? Not literally. I wasn't saying what's up in the 4th grade, but I'm looking at her like, what? Do you want to fight? Like, what? And so she's looking down at me like, I just remember that I just hopped down and we got to fighting. Now, once again, I was a little girl, so of course we weren't like pulling hair and like fist fighting. Now, I was probably just pushing, scratching, tugging. I don't know. It was like a little kid fight, right? And then the whole fight is blurry, but I remember during the fight, I look off to this side and I see my cousins and my sister just looking at me like I'm crazy, and I'm looking at them like, y'all finna help me? Or, and I'm sitting here taking one for the team, trying to defend my sister, and they're just looking at me like, they were low-key looking shocked though. They were looking at me like, is this really happening? And then I look over here and I see Elle's friends, and they're cheering her on, but they see that she's not beating me up. Like, it's just an equal tie. And to this day, I can't believe that it was low-key a tie, because she was twice my size. So the only part of the actual fighting that I remember is that she pushed me and I fell back on a slide. Right, so I fall back on the slide and I got up like real quick, and I get up, old girl gone, and I'm like, I'm looking around like, where'd she go? Where'd she go? I'm telling everybody like, where'd she go? Where'd she go? And they're pointing over there. So I peek over there. This girl done did the dash. I'm talking about she done did the dash. Like, she ran for her life. Like, I'm like, dang, how did she get over there in 0.2 seconds? Like, I was just on the slide. I got up and she gone. And I know I wasn't laying on that slide for a long time. I just fell and got right back up. She across the after school program. And I'm like, so of course, you know, that day happened, and my parents picked me up, and we're telling them how I got in a fight, and they're like, what, you got in a fight? And then my parents were mad, and my cousins and my sister, they were like, why didn't y'all help her? Y'all see that girl? Y'all see how big she is? Like, and they were like literally telling them like, next time y'all fight, y'all better help each other out, right? So next day comes around, and little bitty me being bold, I go up to Elle, and I'm like, so Elle, do you care to explain what happened? Like, why did you run? Why did you do the dash? Like, we was in the middle of something good and you just ran. And she gonna say,
it's because my dad came and picked me up.
Number one, if your dad would have picked you up, there ain't no need for you to be running. And number two, I probably would have heard him call you, because if you focusing on me fighting, he probably would have yelled your name. And it just wasn't adding up. And I was like, she's a liar. Like, nah, I know that her daddy wasn't there. She just ran off and left her homegirls behind. And like, her homegirls were looking around like, what happened? That's basically it for my little fight, because it wasn't nothing major or whatever. But yeah, that happened. And to this story, there's gonna be a part 2. Since she couldn't beat me up, I guess she tried to go on to my cousin and my sister, and that's a whole different story for another day, because they actually got beat up. Like, bro, it's so funny. But anyways, to be honest, the other story is a little more interesting, because it went down. Basically, without giving away any details, it went down. So yeah, that's basically the story of how I got in my first fight. It was basically defending my sister, because, you know, she was little and this big girl trying to fight her. Like, girl, you twice her age, like twice her size. Like, girl, tone it down. If y'all trying to see the part 2, y'all gotta leave a comment down below, because I'm telling y'all, part 2 is better than part 1. Before I go, I want to tell y'all to subscribe. I never tell y'all to subscribe, but y'all be watching my videos and y'all to be subscribing. So this time I'm gonna tell y'all, please subscribe, leave a like. Without further ado, I'm gonna let you guys go.